Dynasty writer Jeff Loveness. He's come out and said he is not a social media scooper, but he has not confirmed or denied that he's been fired. Last week it was reported Marvel Studios has chosen to part ways with Antman and the Wasp Quantumania writer Jeff Loveness. The Rick and Morty alum had been tapped to pen Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, after introducing Kang the Conqueror in the Phase 5 opener. However, fans were quick to make it clear they did not want Loveness back, and the Ant-Man threequel's poor critical and commercial performance seemingly sealed the writer's fate. While nothing has been confirmed at this stage, you have to feel for the writer. He was sent out to promote Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania in interviews, which saw him repeatedly asked about the movie's negative reception. Ultimately, it felt like Loveness was being made the face of the movie's failings, making it easier for Marvel Studios to eventually part ways with him. Earlier today, we had a pretty wild rumor pop up online claiming that Loveness is one of Twitter's many anonymous online social media scoopers. This obviously suggests that while working at Marvel Studios, he was secretly gaining social media clout by sharing confidential details about the MCU. There were lots of Quantumania leaks prior to release, and while we've had a fair few for the Kang Dynasty as well, remember that Marvel Studios is in the midst of investigating the defunct subreddit Marvel Studio Spoilers, so it's possible something was uncovered which led to Loveness's alleged dismissal. For what it's worth, the writer was quick to take to Twitter to firmly deny these accusations. However, Loveness has not denied Jeff Snyder's scoop about him being let go from the next Avengers movie prior to the WGA strike. The Writers Guild of America is currently on strike as they're fighting for streaming royalties and hoping to limit the use of AI in writing shows, like the next iteration of Chat GPT or something like that. They can see down the line that this could affect their jobs, and that studios would be like, oh, we'll just use an AI to like fix the script, which doesn't sound like a great idea. So we're intrigued to see if anything this leads to, but the news he'll likely no longer pen the Kang Dynasty has been welcomed by fans. It seems unfair when director Peyton Reed was just as much to blame, but there were major script issues. So you can see here on Twitter he's responding that someone claimed he was a scooper. He says, no, that's not me, didn't leak anything, all bogus. This kind of doesn't track for me. Why would a writer who has been given hundreds of thousands of dollars by Marvel to write scripts for their movies burn a bridge by being like an anonymous, even remotely getting into the spoiler territory and getting a scooper or being a scooper on Twitter just to get Twitter followers? Doesn't really seem like, I mean, personally, it doesn't seem like worth it to burn a bridge with Marvel, and or, you know, DC's gonna need writers. James Gunn can't do it all. He has experience writing comic book movies, so I'm not really sure why he would entertain the idea and start leaking information from his own, like even from his own projects. Maybe he did it to see reaction and gauge if he should change something in the script. Like, oh, I wonder if fans will like this or that, and if they don't, maybe I should change it to this. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm if you need that much admiration from random Twitter followers and the Marvel subreddit, it doesn't seem like this is the right job for you. But yeah. So he says he's not the leaker, but he doesn't address whether he's been fired. I'm curious as to why Marvel hasn't gone back to the writers of Infinity War and Endgame. So McFeely and Marcus, they wrote Winter Soldier, First Avenger, Civil War. Winter Soldier. They wrote First Avenger, all the Cap movies, Civil War, and Winter Soldier, and they wrote Infinity War and Endgame. So they have a pedigree and a resume of really good top-end Marvel movies with critical and commercial success. I know some people aren't over the top on the first Captain America movie. But Winter Soldier is one of the best, probably top 3 Marvel movies currently ever made, and Infinity War is fantastic. So not sure why they haven't gone back to them for Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, but I guess we'll see if there's a new announcement as to who is currently writing Kang Dynasty after the Writers Guild strike is over. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. But he says he's not the leaker.